Welcome back to another Woo video. It's an exciting time in the world of Woo as Wrestler NFT Leveling went live last night, or last night certainly for me in Australia. Today I'm going to show you my collection and go through leveling up some of my wrestlers and also discuss what my plan is for my collection, long term and short term as well. So let's get into it. So as you can see, I've got a pretty healthy collection of wrestlers. Definitely got a lot of the common wrestlers like Artie Wright, Raker Voigt, and certainly the same with the tags. Then moving into the rare wrestlers, it gets a little bit less for most of them. With my epics, I've not got too much depth on there. I've got a few extra willows and chases compared to what I'm going to need to level at least one copy up to max level. And then looking at my legendary wrestlers, I've got a decent amount of Mad Mikes, enough to have another level 2 after I max one of those out. And then sort of similar with Bevan Brothers, and same for upper management. I've kind of lost where they are on here, there we go. And then looking at the managers, got enough for a full deck of max managers, enough that I've got a couple of extra copies of Sheila Belrose and a couple of extra copies on Pizza Baron, but Sonny Ono I've only just got enough to max that up. And the only ones that I've sort of fell short at the moment, but certainly want to bridge the gap when the game goes live and I start earning a little bit out there, I'm going to reinvest and be buying up some Ravens and some Perrys to try and get those maxed out as well. I need 11 of each of those, so kind of halfway there overall with them. So what I'm going to do now is go in and do a little bit of leveling up, and then I'll come back and talk through this sort of plan that I've got here in terms of having how many max copies and then what's going to be left over and what I'm going to do with those ones that are left over as well. So let me show you how the NFT leveling works. So go into my copies of upper management, and you can select all or you can select individually. So I know that it's going to take, I think, 11 copies to get up here. So I'll deselect 3 of them and then go to combine down the bottom right. Comes up with a message, tells me how many cards that I'm going to be combining and what level that's going to go up to, and talks about the training power as well. So then just combine that there and confirm via keychain. That just takes a few seconds to go through here, and then once that's done and the list refreshes, you'll see that I've then got a max level copy, as well as my 3 single level 1s that will be sitting down there as well. And of course, because I'm recording, it's taken a little bit longer than it has for all of the other cards that I've combined thus far. So we'll just wait out for a little second. Yeah, and there we go. So here, got our level 6 max level upper management sitting here, as well as 3 individual copies on there as well. And with the other cards, so if you're looking at a common for whatever, then you're going to need 101 copies to max those out. So what you need to look at doing on there is just going through the list and selecting them individually, or depending on how many copies you've got, obviously you can do the whole deselect method that I just did with upper management. I'm not going to make you watch me clicking 50 different NFTs here, but I will get back to leveling and then show you what I've got at the end of that. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, then obviously please leave some comments below. Let me know what you're going to be doing with your collection, or any ideas for any future videos, for things that you want me to do a deeper dive into or explain a bit more. If you can, support the channel and support getting Woo out there to the masses. If you can like this video and subscribe as well, then you can say that
You just made the list!
Okay, so as you can see, I've finished doing my leveling up, and the numbers of cards, or each copy of each card that I've got, is reduced significantly on there. What I'll do now as well is just bring up some information and talk through, I suppose, what my plan is. So you'll see here, this is the amount that I owned prior to combining any of the cards, and then how many max copies that I'm planning on having for those. And then what I've done over here is just detailed, I suppose, what I'm going to be doing with these other cards that are left over. So for example, Artie Wright here takes 101 copies to level them up to max level. I had 272, so I've made 2 max copies of Artie Wright. What I'm thinking at the moment, but I haven't done any of this leveling over here, is that I'm probably going to do 1 level 2 and then leave 19 level 1s on there. And what I'm planning to do with anything that's over here is short term, probably rent it out, help get some people in to the game, get them be able to experience the game whilst also earning some passive income for myself. Certainly future ideas for the channel, I might delegate cards out for a week and run sort of competitions again, just trying to gain that interest for this channel and getting Woo out there to the masses. In longer term as well, or it might be short term, I suppose, depends on the market, I might look to actually sell some of these cards as well and try and make some of that income back, or the investment, ROI on what I've invested already. And probably this is where I want to be early doors investing it into, is getting a max copy of Perry and Raven. I'd also love to have a couple of extra copies to be able to rent those out, because I think as people start to gain copies and burn them to get max levels, that these are going to be really scarce moving into the future as well. But as you can see over here, I've got quite a surplus of cards, and I'm looking at, right, well, let's leave them at level 1, see what the rental income looks like on there early days. If it's a flooded market and I'm not getting much, then I might look at leveling them up where I can to level 2. If there's a gap in the market, there's not anyone renting that out as well and there's a demand for it. So again, it'd just be really playing what comes in early doors and looking at that. But that's pretty much it for today's video. So thank you for sticking on to the end. As I said earlier, if you want to add some comments on there, let me know what your thoughts are about the video, give me some feedback, any sort of questions you have off of any of this, any thoughts on what you're going to be doing as well, and as well, what kind of future content do you want to see, because I'm at this point just churning through my own ideas, but I'd love to try and plug a gap if there's one out there in the community as well. So until the next time,
Have a nice day.